All right, I want you to watch this video of Donald Trump explaining his plan regarding Iran, winding down the war, and making sure we regain control of the Strait of Hormuz. Watch this and try to tell me he's not just BSing his way through. As friend of the show Aaron Rupar puts it, Trump's latest comments on Iran make it very clear he's trying to bullshit his way through this entire thing. And that is exactly what I see. He doesn't have concrete answers. He doesn't have a grasp on the history of the nation. If he knew about the United States, Great Britain, and all these other countries' relationship with Iran, our overthrowing of Mossadegh and installing of the Shah back in the 50s, he would maybe understand why things.
In a tense geopolitical climate, the United States faces off against Iran. This week on Everyday Empires, we examine the nuclear weapons dilemma, the war in Iran, missile threats, and more. Hit like and subscribe to Everyday Empires and drop a comment below telling us where you are watching from.
Them on while Trump was waiting to strike. I don't think Iran is incentivized to move away from nukes right now. They're incentivized to move towards nukes.
So the strait's going to open, but what we have is no nuclear weapon, but we'll open the strait anyway. Don't forget, we don't use the strait. Other countries use the strait. So we do have other countries coming up, and they'll help out, but we don't use it. It won't be easy. It won't be. I would say this: we will have that open fairly soon.
What's your backup plan?
Excuse?
What's your backup plan?
Oh, this is a good one. He gets asked, "What's your backup plan?" And his face looks like he just got asked, if he killed somebody's family. Like, dude, a backup plan? I don't have a backup plan.
Trump's reluctance to use nuclear weapons might be due to the incentive of moving towards them rather than away.
Or I took the affirmative position, we have lost this war. I'm one of the few people saying it, that even though we have military dominance, and even though our military destroyed their 50-year-old Navy and their 60-year-old Air Force, we have lost this war on the global stage by ceding regional control to Iran and allowing them to control the Strait of Hormuz, toll the Strait of Hormuz, tax the Strait of Hormuz, tariff the Strait of Hormuz, if you will, and gain more money, therefore slapping around the United States. One of our negotiation asks now is just reopening the Strait of Hormuz, which is returning it back to the status quo. A negotiation ask being a return to the status quo.
The analyst argues that even with military dominance, the United States has lost the war on the global stage by allowing regional control to Iran.
This sets the precedent that any country with a strait or a passageway off of its coast can just point missiles at that and begin to extort other countries. There are international laws against this, yet Donald Trump wait, did he just invoke international law as well after threatening to genocide all of Iran? Did I just hear him actually say that?
No, we're not going to let that. It's international water.
International water.
If they're doing that, nobody knows if they're doing that. But
so he's trying to invoke this idea that international water has some sort of law included in it, but he's the one that's breaking international law. What about this one? He says, we're going to open up the Gulf with or without them.
What's going on? They're militarily defeated, and now we're going to open up the Gulf with them.
Any country with a passageway off its coast can extort other countries by pointing missiles at it.
It is. It's propaganda coming from this administration. At least Fox News is able to admit Iran is demanding fees from vessels. Didn't Donald Trump just say a second ago it's not going to happen? It's not happening?
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. With high-stakes talks scheduled this weekend in Islamabad, Pakistan, an Israeli intelligence official tells Fox News Iran is indeed demanding fees for the few vessels it's allowing to pass through the Strait of Hormuz. This official adds the strait is effectively under full IRGC control. They decide who gets to go through, but more importantly, who doesn't. I am told that there is intelligence being shared in the intel community about how Iran is trying to tighten its grip on this strait ahead of
the U.S. administration's claims about winning the war and reopening the Gulf are questioned.
Iran has two separate navies. One of them we did destroy, and it's not that impressive. It was a 60-year-old navy that was gifted to them by the United Kingdom. You can look this up. Look up, was Iran's navy old? It was old as hell. It was 60 years old. They couldn't even upgrade it because we had sanctions on them for bringing in new parts. Now, they have another navy, though. The other navy is called the IRGC Navy. This includes drones, sea vessel or sea ship.
The claim that Iran has two distinct naval forces, one old and destroyed and another modern Irq navy. As we wrap up this analysis, it's clear that the path forward requires careful consideration of nuclear strategy, regional power dynamics, and international relations. Thanks for watching. Hit like, subscribe to Everyday Empires, and drop a comment below letting us know where you are watching from. Thanks for watching. Hit like, subscribe to Everyday Empires, and drop a comment below letting us know where you are watching from.